Hello and welcome back. I'm Andreas Chatt, your tech-curious web designer. We implemented all the tedious CRUD operations now, and it is finally time for the fun part. In this video we will add the like functionality to the site, and we will use Htmx as an Ajax method to avoid refreshing the page. Super exciting, so let's dive right in.
First, let's add a likes property to our post model class. So let's go to a posts. Here we go to models.py. Here we have the post class. And here let's add likes. This is going to be a many-to-many field with the users. So models.many-to-many field. Then in parentheses we access the user table. So this likes will give us a list of all the users who liked this post. Let's add now a related name. And in a user table we access the posts this user liked with liked posts. And we also add here a through table because we want to store the date when we liked a specific post. In that way we can create a history of the most recent liked posts. So here we add the attribute through equals, and here we add the name of our through table. I call my through table liked post. Like that. We have seen the many-to-many relationship before. Django is creating automatically an intermediate or through table, pairing a post ID with a user ID. However, to attach more properties to this table, we need to create our own custom through table to replace it. Here in this table, we can add now the property created. Okay, let's create this liked post table now. As you can see here, we got some red arrow text. That's because I saved the file, but we have not defined the liked post table yet. So let's do that now. Class liked post. This class inherits from the models.model class. And here now we link one post with one user. So this is a foreign key to the post class, and we add on delete cascade. Then we can copy this line. We add the same for the user. So user, foreign key to the user class, and on delete cascade. And now we add the additional parameter, which Django doesn't allow us to add in the Django created table. So let's add here created equals, and here we have a date time field. And we add auto now add equals true. We also add a string representation of this class. def str, and in parentheses self colon. Now we return the string. We're using here f string again. So f, then in quotes we grab here the username. So in curly brackets self.user.username, and we link it up with the post title. So colon curly brackets self.post.title. Alright, let's save this file. We created a new class here, so let's create the table in the database now. Let's make the migration. So Ctrl C, then Python manage.py make migrations, and Python manage.py migrate and Python manage.py run server again. Alright, let's register this class now in our admin.py file. In here, copy this line and change it to liked post. Alright, save the file. Now let's check it out in a database. Let's go to our admin panel. This 404 page is okay. It just wants to redirect us to the admin profile page, but we don't have a profile page for the admin. We could just create a profile page to get rid of this error message here. Okay, let's do that now. In profiles, we just add a profile for our admin and add an email. Alright. So let's go to our newly created liked post table here and add a new liked post. So let's choose a post and let's choose a user. User 1. Save. Alright. So now our user 1 liked this post. Let's show this now on our website. Let's head over to our post.html file. So in templates, posts, and there post.html. Here we have the likes and here's the count of 1. So let's add here the variable which counts the likes of our post. So in double curly brackets, post.likes. So it's accessing here now the likes property, and with .count we can count the objects connected to this property. Save this file and let's have a look. Let's go to our website, refresh. So the one hasn't changed on this post, but let's go to the next post. And as you can see here, 0 likes. There we go. Let's add a new like for the first post here, so we can see a change. Let's add a new liked post. And user 2. Save. Refresh. And here we go. So let's add now the like functionality. Let's go to our views.py file. So in here, we add a new function, def like post request, and here we add the primary key of the post, so pk. Let's grab the post object now, so post get object 044. We access the post table, and the ID of the post is the primary key we sent through to this function. So once we have the post, we just add now the user who clicked the like link. So we can write post.likes.add, and this is the request.user. So this is the logged in user who just clicked the like link. We add it to our likes list. Now if the user exists already in the list, Django prevents the addition of another record because the pairings are unique and duplications are not allowed. But let's also add now a condition here. Only users who are not the authors of the post can actually like the post. So we can say here, if post.author is not request.user. And we have to indent this line here now. Okay. So we're saying here only add this user to the likes if it's not the author itself. And we will also hide the like link in the front end if the logged in user is the author. Alright, let's add now the return. Return. Let's redirect the user to the post page for now. We will add Htmx later on to handle the return so the page doesn't refresh itself. But for now, let's just redirect to the post, and we have to send through also the post ID. Alright, let's save this file. Now let's create a path. So in core urls.py, okay, we can add it in here. We can copy this line here. We add here a like and slash. This is calling the like post function. So like post, and we give it the name like dash post. Alright, now let's go to our template, post.html. Here we have our like link. Let's add the link here. URL like dash post, and we send through the post ID. Alright, now let's add a conditional here, so we can copy this line here. So the user has to be logged in, and the user cannot be the author. So if the user is not the author of the post, he can like this post. Alright, and we close it with end if. Save, and let's check it out. Refresh. Okay, let's try to like this post. It increased to 3 because we added now the admin user to the list as well, and we got redirected to the post page. Great. Now if I click like again, the number shouldn't increase. And as you can see, we still have 3 likes. Alright, let's sign in with user 1 to test with the author of a post. So log out. I sign in with user 1. Okay, let's like this post. Yes, this works. And this is my post, and I cannot like my own post here. Nice. Now let's add the functionality to remove myself from the like list if I click the like button again. So in views.py, let's add here a variable, and we check if the username exists in this likes list. So let's call it user underscore exist equals. So we're selecting the likes property, so post.likes. And now we add the filter for the user. So filter. So this filter now tries to find the logged in user object in the list. So we say user equals request.user. And we can add here dot exist. So this method will give us now a Boolean value. So if the filter method doesn't find anything, it will return false. And if it finds the user, it will return true. So now we can grab this variable here. So we say if user underscore exist. So if the user exists, we would like to remove it from the list. So post.likes.remove. So we're using here the remove method, and in parentheses request.user. But if the user doesn't exist, so else we add the user. Alright, so let's test this. I refresh the page. I click the button. Okay, it says here we cannot use the user object itself. We have to use a property of the user object. So let's use the username. Instead of user, we write username. And this is request.user.username. Alright. And I also see here the method we're using is not exist, but exists with a S at the end. Alright, save this file. Let's check it out, refresh the page. And there we go. The count is back to 0. And if I click again, it's back to 1. Nice. Let's also check it out on the first post I liked. I click here, and it's down to 2.
Nice.
Now let's add a visual representation to show if I liked this post or not. So I would like the heart icon to be red when I liked it, and also change the text from like to liked and in bold. So let's do that now. Let's go to our post.html file. So let's change the color of the heart to red if I liked it. So we can say if user in post.likes.all, I'm using the red one, which is stored in our static image folder. So we can write static images slash fireheart red.svg. It's this one here. And otherwise, if the logged in user is not in the list, we show the standard one. Okay. And if the icon increased a little bit, let's make it a bit smaller. So width to 4. There we go. Save. Okay. And now I click the like button. And it turned to red. Nice. And back to black. So the same we can do now with the text as well. We can copy this line. So if the user liked this post, I would like to say liked and in bold. So add here a B tag like that, and else we leave it like that. Alright, and if, let's move this inside a little bit. Okay, that should do. Let's save this file, refresh, and there we go. We have the red heart and the bold liked. If I click again, and it's back to normal. Alright, the first part is done. It's time now to add some Ajax to the site. So Ajax stands for Asynchronous JavaScript and XML. So with Ajax we can get data from the database and displaying it on the website without refreshing the page. If you're interested to know more about Ajax, I made a video about 6 Ajax methods, and you can find a link to this video in the description below. The Ajax method I will be using in this project is Htmx. So Htmx is basically a JavaScript library, and to add it to the site we need a script tag. So let's go to the official website and let's grab the code. Htmx. This is the website. And we just have to get this line here. So copy. And in our base.html file we add it to the head. So let's add it here. Okay, save this file. So now let's go to our post.html file. Here we have our like button. Let me simplify this quickly so we have only one href attribute. So let's add the conditional within the a tag. So I can move this line in here. If the user liked the post, I display a bold liked. Else like, and close it with endif. Okay, we can get rid of this code here. Okay, that's better now. Now let's change the href attribute. So instead of the href attribute, we implement Htmx here. So we say Ajax-get. So with Ajax, we're calling the Htmx script, and here we're defining a get method. So the next attribute we add here is the Ajax-target equals. So this is the element we would like to change. So let's say for now I would like to change the count number. So one way to target this one is to give it an ID. So if you say div ID equals, so let's say this is like dash with the ID of the post. So this like is unique on the page. Post.id. Okay, let's move this closing div to the end here. Okay, let's copy the ID name and we add it to the Ajax target here. And we add a hash symbol in front. This symbol represents an ID. Okay, so now we add another attribute. This is the Ajax-swap. And this describes how we would like to swap the data out. And in this case, I would like to swap this element here. So this is an inner HTML. So I write inner HTML. An outer HTML would replace the whole element, for example. All right. So to summarize what we have done here so far, the Ajax-get attribute is making a connection to the backend, and we retrieve data. This data is then added to our target element, which we define with this ID here. We are using here the ID number of the post to make this element unique on the page. And the last attribute here defines how we would like to swap the data in. Alright, save this file. Now we have to make some changes in our views.py file. So here we redirect the user to the post page. Let's change this. We would like to send back just the data. And we can do that with a HTTP response object. So HTTP response. Let's import this function. So from Django.http import HTTP response. Alright, and here we add what we would like to return. We would like to return the count number. So we say post.likes.count. And because it's a function to be called, we have to add the parentheses at the end. Alright, save this file. Let's give it a go. I refresh the page. So our cursor is not a pointer anymore. This is because we removed the href attribute. So let's fix this first. So now our post.html, we just add a class here. Cursor-pointer. Okay, save this file. refresh again. Now we have the link pointer as expected. Okay, let's click like. And as we can see, the number increased to 3. If I click again, it's back to 2. Great, we have implemented Htmx now. Now the next step is we would like to update the whole element. So when I click, the icon is swapped and the text is bold as well. For that, we not just send back the count number itself, but the whole updated HTML element. So let's do that now. So we would like to send back this whole code block here, as this block describes what icon we should use and if the like text is bold or not. Okay, let's create a separate code block for this, and this is normally called a code snippet or partial. So we can just cut this code, so take it out from here. In our templates folder we create a new folder and we call it snippets, and in here we add a new file and we call it likes.html. Alright, we paste the code in here. So this file now includes all our likes functionality. Okay, save it. Let's include it in our post.html. And here we write include, and now here the path to our file. So snippets dash likes.html. Okay, save. Now in our likes.html we have to change here the target, as we don't want just to update this count number here, but we would like to update the whole code block, so we can change it to closest div. So what this means, it will target the closest div parent of this element here. But this code block here doesn't have a div parent, so let's create one. So we add here div like that. So we just wrap this code into a parent div. Alright. And we also change the Ajax swap attribute to outer HTML. So meaning the whole block here will be swapped with the data we're receiving from the backend. So now we also don't need the ID number here anymore. So let's get rid of it. Like that. Okay. Save this file. This is done. Let's update our views.py file now. So here, instead of HTTP response now, we render out the snippets here. So we say render, we have to add the request object, comma, here we add the template, so in this case is the snippet, snippets dash likes.html, and our snippets requires the post object, so let's add it here in curly brackets, post colon post. Alright, let's check it out now. Let's refresh the page. I forgot to load the static tag in our snippets file, so let's add this. So here on top we add load static. Save the file. Refresh. We're having some styling errors here. Let's add the flex class. So this div needs the flex class, so class. And in here let's grab the same classes as the parent div. So copy this and insert in here. Okay, save this file. Let's refresh. Alright, there we go. Now let's click the like button. And as you see, it updated the whole component. The icon, the count and the text. If I click again, it's back to normal. Awesome! As you have seen, we implemented now a Ajax method in no time, using Htmx, with writing very minimal code. So one last thing I would like to change here is if the post doesn't have any likes, I would like to hide the icon and the count number. So let's do that now. So here we have the count number. So let's add a conditional. I would like to hide the whole element here. So we add in here if post.likes.count. So if this post has any likes, display the icon and the number. And we close it with endif. Alright, save this file. Refresh. Okay, the like icon disappeared. And if I like it, we see it again. Great. So this is all for this video. Thanks for watching. In the next one, we add the likes to the comments and the replies. I will see you there.